to the podcast So Casted. I'm your host, Tara Lockett. On today's episode, we will discuss the topic, the turning point, happy to be here, with a bonus 13 things to do when starting a love affair with yourself by yours truly. And yes, you're welcome. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, how did I get here? And I don't mean, how did you arrive on Earth? That's a no-brainer. What I mean is, through the ups and downs, the ins and outs, yet you're still standing. And you have to ask yourself, how did I get here? I want to share a quote with you by Maya Angelou, and it reads, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." The turning point. Happy to be here. This title that I want to share with you today is Turning Points That Shaped Who I Am, gave me the edge to be the person that I am today. I'm going to go through the way this show is going to work today is I'm going to read it, the issue, and then the turning point. And I'm going to go through the list. This is part of what I'm going to share with you today. After I go through this list, I'm going to share 13 things to do when starting a love affair with yourself. The first turning point I want to share with you was actually the miracle that took place in my life. When I was born, I was told I had to come out through an emergency C-section simply because I was dying, and so was my mother. I was in her stomach eating gangrene, and we both were dying. The turning point in that is discovering, okay, I survived. Now, I don't want to just merely survive, as Miss Angelo says. I want to thrive. 1973, 8. I didn't ask for it. Turning point. Miss Bradford. 1978, 12. I put an ending to my pain, so I thought. Turning point. Basketball and goals. 1983, playing with death. Turning point. A customer and the Benzels. 1988, seeking help. Lost in a very big world. Turning point. Beginning a love journey. 13 years in the church. Turning point. Self-discovery through strangers. Learning the power of self. Ages 32 to 53. A long path, and I'm tired. Turning point. A team plus me. Tucker, Bridges, Daly. There were snakes all around me. They helped me understand what was blocking me from releasing the baggage. It was more baggage than I thought. The turning point in that was understanding abuse and its traits. It is okay to throw in the towel. And what I mean by throwing in the towel, I don't mean stopping and giving up in life because it's too difficult. What I mean is understanding that when you make a mistake, you do not have to continue in that mistake. And throwing in the towel in that case, as an example, let's just say you get into a relationship. That relationship isn't a healthy one, but you stay there because you're taught to be committed. No, you throw in the towel because it's an unhealthy relationship. And it shows you that you love you. Turning point. Exhaustion. On 3/14/2022, I passed out. I had just moved into my apartment, and I had just come through a whole lot of things in life. However, nevertheless, I was exhausted. And before I knew it, all control was gone. I cannot tell you how long I was passed out. All I know is I woke up to an image on a television set that caught my fall. And the image is quite disturbing, to say the least. But we have to understand in life, we have no control over certain things that happen in life. However, it is very important, as you've heard with my guest Varen, about self control. It is important that we take self control and understand, again, it is okay to throw in the towel. Nobody cares, and those who did, they're no longer living. My turning point, a moment to repeat history, playing with death, mental conversations. Mental conversations, we have these daily. The importance of understanding, speaking positive affirmations over your life. I can't explain how valuable that is. It is super important. And it was something I needed to do and take control of. It's something I actually went through that process of doing it, monitoring your thoughts, monitoring the negative things that come your way, because, we have higher negative thoughts than we do positive. And it's important, again, for us to take self-control and take control of those thoughts. Now, as promised, I want to share 13 things with you when starting a love affair with yourself. Because at the end of the day, the truth is you are responsible for me, myself, and I. I'm responsible for me, I'm responsible for myself, and I'm responsible for I. And I'm happy to be here. Number 1, find your peace. Always, again, I say always, love yourself, all of you, all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Make an oath. No excuses, no other option. Find your peace. It's priceless. Number 2, make your schedule. However you want to fill this schedule up, just fill it up with things that you enjoy doing. Number 3, keep your oath. The truth is, when you keep or give your word, and for me, if you give me a pinky swear, and this is just to let y'all know, pinky swears mean the world to me. No matter what, keep your word, because you're only keeping it to yourself. Truth is, you are the only one who can help you. That is the truth. Number 4, be open to emotions and feelings and fear. Then address them by killing the negative thoughts. Trust me when I tell you, I know it is not easy, but it is definitely worth it. And it is also work. But it's worth it in the end. When you get that motor going of, I'm thinking negative. Okay, let me change this thought. Let me fix this. Let me adjust this. We're only human. Number 5, take the power back and take it into your own hands. Number 6, take time to check the direction on which you are going. If we're going the wrong way, the beauty of life is you can change that direction. The peer pressure is just that, peer pressure. In order for us to know what we want in life, we have to take time out and check the direction we're going. If it's a place that you're going that you're not happy with, or you don't want to go in that direction, if I go on the freeway and I go, oh my goodness, I missed my exit, then I have to wait for the next exit. But I have to check and make sure I'm catching that exit so I can get off, turn around, and go in the direction I needed to go. Number 7, visualize yourself in a place that you want to be in. And I need you to do this as many times during the day as you want. When you have free time, no matter where you are, and you want to see yourself where you want to see yourself, visualize that. Keep it as a thought of, this is how I think of it as, in the morning it's a rise, in the evening it's nighttime, it's a fall. Truth is, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So let's overload our brains with, healing the negative and replacing it with the positive, because that's key. Number 8, embrace your falls. Stay humble by knowing you are human and you have purpose. Number 9, love yourself every day, every day, every day. Number 10, believe in yourself every day. Number 11, gain the faith. Notice I said gain. It's kind of like weight. You put it on. You have to gain it every day, every day. Just build. Even if you got to start small but build. But you got to gain the faith you need to give yourself mercy every day. Every day. Know that you have the power and control over every situation. And you do. The key is to be ready to make necessary changes. Your steps are your steps. So be sure to take a step, because you can do it. If I could do it, you can do it. And last but not least, number 13, always be thankful. Appreciate all that you have. Appreciate the earth gifts of humanity. Appreciate the earth gifts of our beautiful waters and trees and animals. Anything that you can look at visually and know that man didn't make it. Appreciate that. And when you look at that and appreciate it, turn back and look at yourself. And when you turn back and look at yourself, also understand how valuable you are in that creation. I've shared a triangle of the portion of my life: 32 years of fear, the kryptonite to courage, the kept promise, and now the turning point. Happy to be here. Remember, in every high there's a low, in every low there's a high. And remember that we're not promised tomorrow. I'll continue the topics as well as continue to share my story. I want to continue having guests as well to share with you. Thank you for listening, and be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, what you're thinking, how I'm doing, if there's something I can improve in. It doesn't matter. I want to hear from you. And I'd like to thank you for listening. Please be sure to tune in for the next episode. We are going to change it from 1 episode a month to 2 in the month, every other week. If there is a topic that you want to discuss, please be sure to send an email to me about the topic you want to talk about. Please send it to studio13socasted@yahoo.com. That's studio13socasted@yahoo.com. So let's cast it. I am your host, Tara Lockett. You're listening to the podcast So Casted. Until next time, appreciate the turning points and be happy to be here, because we live in the right now. Until then, take care of your mind. It matters.